Hi kids, I'm Igal. This week's Parsha is called Eikev. Eikev is the third Parsha in our last book of the Torah. What does the word Eikev means? Eikev can be either because or the word to follow. Moshe is telling Bnei Israel, if you will follow or because you will listen to all the rules of Hashem, or you will follow the laws and the mitzvot of Hashem, you will get reward. And what's that reward that he's talking about? The big rewards that they can get, the land of Israel. The land of Israel for the Jewish people. Now Moshe is telling to Bnei Israel, when you get the land of Israel, when you're actually going to be there because I can't, don't complain. Don't say, oh, this land has not so many water reservoirs. It's not so green as other countries. He has a lot of deserts, not so much water, and so on and so on. You need to see the good in it and not the bad. Because when you really see the good, then you understand how lucky you are that maybe you think that Israel is not the most beautiful country in the world, but only when you are in the country and you see the country and you understand that Israel is the best and most beautiful country in the entire world. Why? Because Hashem gave it to us. I want to share with you a story to understand that sometimes also when we get something or we have something, in the beginning we don't really think it's really precious. But only if we look into it and we are positive about it, only then we understand that what we have in our hands is really precious. So many years ago, in a faraway country, there was a guy that was traveling from one place to another. And that person arrived to a small town. And his clothes wasn't the most fancy. He actually looked a bit like a poor person. And he didn't have any place to be on Friday night. And he was Jewish, and he kept Shabbat, and he didn't know what to do. So he asked people on the street where to go. So they told him, you know what? Go to this synagogue and see, maybe someone will invite you. So he went to the synagogue, he davened with everyone, and in the end of the tefillah, he came to a few people and he asked, excuse me, I don't have any place to eat. Can I eat in your place? And they looked at him, they said, no, sorry, we don't have a place for you. Sorry, we are too full. Sorry, we don't have enough food for you. And what they really didn't want to do is to invite him because he wasn't like them. But one person came up to this man and he said, well, I'm not rich. I don't have so much to give you, but I will be more than happy to invite you to my home. So the person was very happy and he said, what's your name? And he said, my name is Shmulik. Okay, Shmulik, I will come to your home. So they went after the tefillah to Shmulik's home. Shmulik opens the door and his wife is waiting with dinner. But his wife saw that Shmulik is bringing another person with. His wife went to Shmulik and she said to him, Shmulik, we don't have so much food for ourselves. Why did you invite another person? Shmulik looked at her with a big smile and said, listen, he didn't have anywhere to eat. I will be more than happy to give him my part of the food. So they sat down. They didn't have a lot to eat. And Shmulik did not eat almost anything in that night because he gave his part to this person. After, when he finished to eat, Shmulik asked this person, do you have any place to sleep tonight? And he said, no. So Shmulik said, you can sleep in my bed, in our bed. Shmulik's wife said to Shmulik, but where will we sleep? We have only one bed. So Shmulik said, we will sleep on the floor. It's not a problem. So Shmulik asked him, do you have any soap? Do you want to take a shower? And he said, no, but I would love to take a shower. I don't have a soap. So Shmulik said to him, please take our shower and take our soap. So Shmulik's wife told him, Shmulik, we have only one soap. If you will use our soap, we won't have one ourselves. Shmulik looked at her and said, don't worry, everything will be okay. We need to give him our soap. So this person went, and he went to the shower, used his soap, and went to Shmulik and his wife's bed and had a beautiful sleep. In the same time, Shmulik and his wife were sleeping on the floor. In the morning, Shmulik waked up and he wanted to look, where is that person? But that person was not in his bed. And Shmulik's wife told him, do you see, he didn't say thank you to us. We gave him everything, but he wasn't grateful. Shmulik said, that doesn't matter. We gave him what we could, and now he's gone. A few weeks after, the whole town that Shmulik and his wife lived at, were so excited. Why were they excited? Because on Friday night, a very wealthy, rich person will come to town to visit, to stay the whole Shabbat in their town. It was a big honor because everybody heard how rich this person is. The rich person came to synagogue, came to shul in that night. And all the members of the shul was fighting with each other. Who will host this rich man? One rich person, a member, said, I will host him because I have so much money and so much rooms in my house. Another person said, oh, I need to host him because I have a pool and I have a lot of food and I will host him. So the rich man arrived to the synagogue. Everybody wants to sit next to him. And Shmulik was on the side. He said, I'm just a poor man. I can't host him. I'll just be on the side. So when the tefillah ends, the rich man went to the door, and many people of the shul came to him and said, please come to my house, we have this, we have that. But the rich man looked at them and he said, is there a Shmulik here in the synagogue? Everybody was looking at each other. Shmulik, why do you ask for a poor guy like Shmulik? He says, just call him. So Shmulik arrived, look at this rich person. He thought to himself, what does this rich person want from me? So the rich person said to Shmulik, can you please call your wife here? And he said, why? How does he know my wife? But he called the wife to the synagogue. And the wife and Shmulik's wife and Shmulik was standing next to the rich man. And the rich man said to them, do you remember a few weeks ago you had a guest in your house? You didn't have a lot of food to give him, but you gave him yours. You didn't have many beds, but you gave your bed. You didn't have a soap, but you gave him your soap. You remember? And they said, yes. So the rich man looked at them with a big smile and he said, that was me. I was dressed up as a poor guy because I wanted to see who will be kind and nice and he will invite me to their house. All the people in the synagogue were looking at each other, shamed. They said, wow, Shmulik, he's such a generous person. He's such a nice person. We really need to learn from him how to be good. And from that day long, Shmulik and his wife wasn't poor anymore. The rich person gave him everything they needed. Food and money and a new house, whatever they need, as a price for being so generous for him. So you see, kids, the rich person really showed to the whole community, the whole synagogue, that what they have in their synagogue is a very important person. Maybe he doesn't dress nice, maybe he's not wealthy, but if they really look inside and really get to know him, they will understand how precious this person is and how they can learn from him to be a better people. And that's exactly what Moshe meant to all the Bnei Israel, all the people of Israel. Israel has maybe a few downsides, but it has so many upsides. And if we look really, really careful, we will understand and be so grateful for this prize as the land of Israel from Hashem. Shabbat Shalom everyone. See you. Bye-bye.